Hi there, Andrew Lessman here and Healthy, Happy 2018. Today we're doing a preview, a little sneak peek of our Today Special this evening, or Today Specials this evening, which is our special version of our Secure Meal Replacement. And also, we're going to have a Today Special for Cholesterol as well. Cholesterol tends to be one of its most popular times of year, or its most popular time of year is January. So we figure what better time to make it at its best pricing ever than in January. But first, I'll speak briefly to our Secure Meal Replacement. It's been our meal replacement. It's evolved over the past 25 years. Originally started off being over 200 calories. Then I quickly realized when people started adding things to it, it ended up being 400 or 500 calories. If a meal replacement is supposed to replace a higher calorie meal, a 400 or 500 calorie meal replacement doesn't quite do it. We've managed over the years to evolve this product based upon your feedback to being a product that's basically just a little bit more than 50 calories. So it's the lowest meal replacement you'll find. I'm confident that we make the single greatest investment in flavor that anyone invests in a meal replacement, because the richness of the flavor is what makes this so enjoyable. And it's not enough that a meal replacement be numerically, statistically effective. It needs to be enjoyable, or it's not going to get used. And if it's not going to get used, then no one's going to use it to lose weight. And I'll talk about this during the shows, but a meal replacement is the most established, consistent area of science in terms of reliable weight loss. That certainly we know we have to reduce our caloric intake. We know we have to modify the composition of our caloric intake and things like that. But a meal replacement is an opportunity for us to gain absolute control over 1 or 2 meals a day. And our meal replacement is perfectly assembled to do so in a fashion that gives you the nutrition you need to support your weight loss goals. It does it with quality protein. Our soy meal replacement is the standard because soy has an enormous body of research in terms of weight loss. But we also have 2 other versions you could take advantage of that you could find: our marine collagen version or our whey protein version. So they're both going to be available. But what you see most prominently during the Today Special broadcast, of course, will be our complete soy meal replacement. And what we've done also this time, we were able to add an ingredient that is a central molecule to anyone's weight loss program. Also a central molecule to the healthiest functioning of their brain, but we added something called carnitine, specifically acetyl L-carnitine, and we've added 250 milligrams. So it's basically like a separate carnitine product in each meal replacement. Nevertheless, you're saving, I think, more than you're spending today. On the largest size, I think you're saving about 30% more than you're spending. So it's an opportunity to get our secure meal replacement at its best pricing ever, and you're getting a special form of it with the acetyl L-carnitine added in. This is one of those ingredients that it's absolutely essential for the transport of any fat to the site in the cells where it gets burned. Because mind you, the fat in our body, we see fat stored in our body, but even on a cellular level, the fat is not stored in our cells. The fat is not going to be localized in a fashion that's where it's going to be burned and metabolized. So it actually requires energy, and it requires a very specific molecule to relocate that fat within the cell so it can be burned, oxidized. And that's the only way we ever get rid of our body fat, is by being able to preferentially relocate it, move it to the site where it's going to be burned. That is performed by carnitine, an enzyme system called carnitine acyltransferase. So that is the reason why we provide acetyl L-carnitine as part of our meal replacement. We've never done this before. We were able to do it in a fashion that doesn't affect the flavor or taste at all. So it's still the same delicious, secure meal replacement, but with added acetyl L-carnitine. So it's an even better value than ever before, an even better product than ever before. So you get all the wonderful, complete nutrition of the secure meal replacement, which I suspect it's the most nutritious meal anyone has on any given day, our meal replacement. And of course, as I said before, the flavors, you will not find meal replacements that have richer flavor, because that's your flexibility. You could add yogurt, you could add non-fat milk, you could add water, you could add juice, you could add fruit. And as we do at home, we like the vanilla when we add, say, frozen bananas or frozen berries and water. We tend to not add juice. But it's something, whether it's chocolate, vanilla, coffee, those are our three most popular flavors. That's what we offer. And you could configure them however you might see fit. You could get all of one flavor. You could get mixed flavors in the large size. So you get 100 of each of the mixed flavors. So you could choose to configure them however you see fit. Most importantly, it's a meal replacement that, despite its dramatically lower calories than any of the others, it tastes better. And the effectiveness of a meal replacement is based upon two things: how many calories you save in terms of relative to the meal you are going to have, or relative to another meal replacement, and how nutritious it is. And then, even more importantly, I hate to say it, is how much you enjoy it, how good it tastes. Because if it doesn't taste good, that meal replacement is just going to collect dust. And all those wonderful numbers and statistics about calories and things like that, and composition in terms of low sugar, low carb, high protein, all the things we do right, all of those things wouldn't matter if it didn't taste great. And that's where we've invested more, I think, than any other meal replacement on the market in terms of flavor. So I think you'll fall in love with the product. And again, chocolate, vanilla, coffee. Our coffee's made from real coffee, so it contains caffeine. And our chocolate it tastes like a delicious melted, tastes like a hot chocolate if you heat it up, or like a delicious melted milk chocolate bar. And our vanilla tastes like melted vanilla ice cream. What we basically did in making these products, I went to the favorite fast food shakes out there, and I tried to emulate them. So if you take ours and mix it with a little non-fat milk and a little ice, or ice and a little non-fat yogurt, and you stick it in a blender, you'd be hard-pressed to distinguish ours from one of those unhealthy shakes you might be getting somewhere else. That's how it was designed, to be healthy, but to deliver the taste experience of something that isn't healthy. And then, of course, our other Today special that we're going to be doing is our Cholesterol Care.